Hey, Paul.
Hi.
Welcome. Great to see you today.
Hi, Katie. I'm glad to be here.
Excellent. Well, as we get started with a few questions and information about how you have partnered with signNow and the API product specifically, are you able to just quickly introduce yourself and your company to us?
Sure. My name is Paul Zullo, and I am CEO and one of three co-founders of RentTango. And we are a property management software solution that helps companies optimize their operations using technology to get the most out of their leasing operations.
Excellent. Well, thank you for walking us through that workflow from beginning to end. That's really helpful to understand the full scope. And
Yeah.
in doing that, it sort of becomes apparent, one of the themes you're hitting on is time, right? And saving time. And that's what our AirSlate is all about. That's what the AirSlate brands are all about. So we have our signNow product that you're using, and you're leveraging the API to do a certain function within your workflow. But we also have our PDF editing solution called PDF Filler, which we utilize from small businesses and single users all the way up to large enterprises. And we have our flagship product, our namesake is AirSlate, which incorporates the e-signature from signNow, the PDF editing from PDF Filler, as well as workflow automation, which is sort of our baby here at AirSlate. And that's all about using data in actionable pieces so that we can automate repetitive tasks and really try to save companies and save business leaders time by automating those tasks that used to be manual and now can be done by bots more reliably and saving a ton of time, not just doing the function, but correcting for errors and things like that. So it's no wonder why we have such a great partnership with RentTango, because we have that similar mission.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's, you're talking about your product. You could have been talking about my product at the same time. It's fantastic. We talk about customized workflow automation all the time. And you're trying to do it, or you are doing it, I should say, on a more generalized basis, so it can be adapted to a number of different industries, whereas RentTango has been built for the residential real estate market. Right.
Yep.
And we know that, it's interesting how sort of simple the concept of renting an apartment or renting a home is, and how different it gets done at various companies. It's shocking. And so that's why we have customizable workflows that we can build in some of that automation and customize it so that leasing agents aren't spending so much time looking at their screens because they're typically people.
Yeah, we want to get the people back to the people business and the people
Exactly.
tasks, right?
Exactly. Right. Creating relationships, following up on prospects, talking to residents, giving that warm and friendly to everybody around them, because that's what they're good at. Not really staring at leasing documents. Who signed up to stare at a leasing document for 30 minutes and type in lease terms and pricing and concessions? We already know the concessions. We already know the lease terms. We know the monthly rent. We know the landlord. We know the security deposit, bank information. We know all that information. So we just drop it in. So it saves time and efficiency.
That's awesome. Well, like I said, we have that similar mission. We're headed in the same direction, which is the future. And we love that you can call out that distinction where AirSlate and the AirSlate products have a more generalized approach. We can work in multiple industries, in multiple roles, from the C-level to management or admins, or those are our end users, right? But we love that you have expertise in real estate and we don't have to go there. We just get to partner with you. Exactly. And so tell me more about how signNow API specifically works within your product and what that means for your business.
Sure. So, our goal is to create efficiency for our customers, to improve the speed in which they can create deals, improve the accuracy of the documents that are going out, improve the accountability of the actions that are taking place.
That's a big one.
And yeah, and then the last one is the visibility of the deal at the stages that they're in. And that's really the sweet spot that we provide our customers. And because we have the integration with signNow, and it's a robust integration. And we also have integrations with other partners throughout the entire deal. So as the individual person goes from a prospect to an applicant and to a resident, they go through lots of different stages so that they can progress through that. And they may be held up throughout that process for different reasons. Maybe they're the one holding it up because they haven't uploaded their tax return, or they haven't uploaded their photo ID, taken a picture of themselves. Maybe the landlord hasn't reviewed the credit history. Maybe they haven't figured out which unit is right for them just yet, and they haven't figured that out. They got to find that. Maybe they haven't prepared the lease. So forth. I'm just giving you all these examples, right? And so when you log into our system, it immediately tells you all the deals that you have in play and what stage they're at. So that visibility is amazing, and it really helps everyone move the deal across. Now, in addition, layer on automation, which is we're telling everybody what they're supposed to be doing, so nobody else has to remind them. So we're notifying people, hey, by the way, you need to do this, you need to do that. This deal's not getting done because of you. You should do something. And we're helping people keep moving the deals through the process.
And so it's not just what to do next, it's when to do it.
Exactly. 100%. So what you're supposed to do now.
Right. And then once that process kind of moves through and you're going to send that leasing application to be signed, do you experience that same visibility and that same transparency via the signNow API?
Yeah. So I guess what do we do? We show that the email was sent. Now we also send the email via text. So we send out a link to sign via text message, and you can choose both or you can choose one. It's up to the agent, whichever they like, because they know the guy, is like really tech savvy, likes his phone stuff, boom, I'm going to text him the link.
I have to imagine that signing rates go way up when you use mobile application and SMS delivery versus just the traditional email at this point.
Exactly.
The next step in digitalizing all of this, right?
Yes, exactly. Now, we can show that the email has been sent, the email has been viewed. So, and we can see that the contract has been viewed. And then we can see that the contract has been signed. So that's great stuff, right? So you're like, wait, how far? Oh, the guy never even looked at this thing. Oh, of course he didn't sign. He didn't look at it. All right, maybe I got the email wrong. Maybe, what's up? Hey, what, or you looked at it. Wait a second, you looked at it, but you haven't signed it. Now you're a problem, right? Now I got an issue with you. What do you got? You got cold feet? What's going on? So you can deal with the opportunity differently based on the granularity of the information that we're giving you. That's really helpful. That's strong, right? Because now you can pick up the phone and say, dude, you haven't even looked at the thing. What's going on? I have other people that want this apartment. Either you sign today or I'm voiding the lease, and I can void it with a press of a button.
I love that.
Right. We also void leases, expire them after certain periods of time. And we actually have the flexibility. Every customer can choose how long a period of time they want to allow a contract to exist and before it expires. So that's the other piece of RentTango that's really important, is our ability to be customized, right? And our flexibility. We know that a lot of software out there has restrictions, and you typically have to sort of change the way that you operate because of the way the software operates. And so we don't like to do that. Because of the robustness of the API, we have the ability to show the various stages that the deal is at, with this throughout the signing process. So we can show whether the email has been viewed, whether it's been opened, and then we can see the fact of whether the document has been seen and viewed, and then we can see whether they have signed, right? And so, the agents, when they're going through the process of evaluating their deals and trying to close their deals, right? They're trying to close the deals. That's what they're trying to do. They can see, where exactly the prospect is, the applicant is in the process, and they can triage the deal with a different tone, based upon how far along they are, right? Where they are in the process, and that's really valuable to our customer, because it's again, they're trying to close deals as quickly as possible. For one, to rent them, and two, we don't want them spending lots of time with the deals, right? We want them to go to the next one. Right. So we got to move on to the next one, close it, go to the next one. So, getting deals in and out of the system as quickly as possible is the ideal solution. One of the other things is that it's really simple to use, right? It's not a technical product. It works on the phone, on a mobile device, which is critical today. It works on the desktop. It's intuitive, right? The signNow product is really intuitive. And so, our customers, they're signing a document for the first time because they're on, like, renting an apartment. This isn't like they work with this company all the time. So it's the first time they're experiencing this. They get this email or this text message, and then they get this interface in front of them, right? And they have to now sign this document. And by the way, their legal documents are, our legal documents are 24, 30, 40 pages, some of them, because they have all, riders and regulatory issues and lead paint document. Yeah, lots of stuff in there. There's lots of, so they're kind of intimidating. So making the user experience pleasant and easy to use sort of allows it to be a much better process. And so we value that user experience very much that you guys offer us.
Yeah, you're capturing so much here, and so I want to be sure that we're not leaving anything behind. But let's hone in a little bit on that customer experience, right? If people are signing leases once a year, once every few years, you're exactly right. It has to be easy, or else your signing rates are not going to be what your customers want.
Right. And one of the things that we value a lot is, people typically call it white label experience, right? We're, so we're that, but so we're like kind of like two steps removed from you, because we're RentTango, and you're using, you're inside of RentTango, and then we're inside of our brand, and our customer's brand is really the signing experience. It looks like our customers signing, our customer's brand. It's white labeled. So because we want them to feel that, we want the resident, right, to feel comfortable that this is, a valid and trustworthy experience, that this signing process, because there's a lot of phishing going on and things like that. So we don't want it to be generic sign now page because that doesn't feel right.
Mhm.
Plus, our customers have spent a lot of money branding their properties. It's a lot of
Mhm.
these properties or their management company, whatever their business is. They've been spending money on their brand, and we want to put that on the front line. And you've given us that opportunity to do as well.